What scale is best for building in Minecraft? Specifically, when you're trying to recreate a real-world structure, but on player scale. Hey y'all, I'm the Southern Ma'am, but all my friends call me Tasoma. I've built 5 IRL blueprints in Minecraft recently. In all of these builds, I've used a very simple 1 blueprint foot to 1 Minecraft block ratio. That made the process of transferring the blueprints very straightforward. However, easiest is not always best. As I built, I noticed that my Minecraft builds just didn't feel natural. The walls felt stretched in some places and cramped in others. So, it's time for math. Let's use a blueprint for a tiny house and build it multiple times in Minecraft at different scales and see if we can find the calculations that will allow us to make the best transition from blueprint to block. According to the developers, a Minecraft block represents 1 meter cubed, which is a little more than 3 feet on each side. The Minecraft movie set designers had this same discussion about the best scale, and they settled on roughly 2 feet per side instead. However, we are trying to do this in the opposite direction, taking a real-world blueprint and dropping it into Minecraft. So, will the 2 foot to 1 block ratio still work for us? Or is there a better way? Let's use this tiny house blueprint and build it 5 different times with 5 different scales. Step 1, math. First, we will convert blueprint feet into Minecraft blocks and calculate the dimensions at each scale. Step 2, build. Next, we will build this same house in each scale so that we can fully visualize the differences. Step 3, critique. Finally, we will compare the functionality and aesthetics of all the build scales and determine which one we prefer. I've already cleared this construction site, so let's get to building. Our blueprint shows a tiny house with the dimensions 18 feet by 28 feet. That's what we're building here first, a simple 1 foot to 1 block ratio. Then we'll build the same house 4 more times with different ratios of feet to blocks. Take a look at our finished foundations. We've laid out a foundation and a basic wall pattern for all 5 of our tiny houses. We started on this end with the 1-to-1 ratio, 1 blueprint foot to 1 Minecraft block. And each time we changed it by half a foot. So this house is 1.5 feet per Minecraft block, 2 feet per Minecraft block, 2.5 feet per block, and finally 3 feet per Minecraft block. This is most like the Minecraft scale of a meter, or roughly 3 feet per Minecraft block. The math for this is just a simple unit conversion between blocks and feet. So here's a screenshot overview of all 5 houses with their calculated dimensions. I already have some early opinions about which scale might be best based on just this simple layout of our foundational walls. It's hard to tell if these spaces will be functional until we finish the interiors, so let's build some walls. While considering this issue of converting feet to blocks, I've also been thinking about the conversion of interiors from real world to Minecraft. I prefer building in a hybrid style, keeping some elements of real world interior design, but also making it functional for gameplay. To standardize this build experiment, I planned out what blocks made sense to me for each room of the base. Of course, our bedroom needs a bed, but I also like to include some small storage and maybe even an armor stand for the getting ready part of the day, putting on your armor, getting your tools, and preparing to go conquer the world. The kitchen is where we prepare food, so I like to include a furnace or two, as well as a brew stand because I cannot go without my morning coffee. A cauldron of water also makes a good addition so that you have water for those potions. The dining room is where we eat. It might be a little unconventional, but I like to include an actual food source, like a berry bush or some planted potatoes. That way you can grab a snack on the go. Of course, food storage is essential, so between the kitchen and dining room, I like to have a lot of cabinets. The function of a real world bathroom is really about waste removal and cleanliness, so we can translate that into Minecraft functions. I like to include a composter to throw all those unwanted organics in, as well as water and lava sources, kind of like your hot and cold water for the shower. The living room is where we, live and perform the essential functions of the home. In Minecraft, that's crafting. So I include a crafting table as well as any important job blocks. For me, every base needs an anvil and a stone cutter, but of course these could be swapped out with your favorites. Whether we have a separate home office or just a little corner desk, we all need space for paperwork. In Minecraft, that means an enchanter. We need to surround it with bookshelves, have a grindstone to erase off those mistakes, and maybe even an empty shelf for all those books. Many homes have an attic or a basement, or maybe even a spare room that serves as storage. Of course, in Minecraft, we need plenty of space for your favorite storage system. Now, there are many other choices of blocks for both function and style. You may need additional job blocks based on your favorite game functions. Every base needs lighting and a little bit of decoration to make it feel like home. These are the blocks that I'll be including in these 5 bases just as space allows. With our interiors complete, it's time to take a tour of all 5 of our homes. Remember, this was a tiny house blueprint, so we're looking at how well this Minecraft build matches the real world blueprint. Our largest house was built with the 1 foot to 1 block ratio. Stepping inside, you can see this house is massive. Every room is fully furnished with space to spare. The tall ceilings leave room for crown molding and decorations. I love the easy access to an enormous storage room. The bathroom has space for quadruple lava and water generators, meaning you'll never run out of water or fuel. The bedroom is open and spacious and even has room for a full enchantment setup. While this house has impressive functionality and aesthetics, it doesn't feel like a tiny house, rather the opposite. Our second house was built with 1.5 feet to 1 block ratio. While that's only a small change in scale, it made for a substantial difference in size. It feels small coming straight from the mansion, but there's plenty of room for all our necessities. There's substantial attic storage, single lava and water generators, a double bed, and even a full enchantment setup. This build scale feels to me like a regular one-bedroom type home. House 3 is our middle size with 2 feet to 1 block ratio. This is the last house where we're able to include all of the essentials from our original blueprint. The interior is definitely compact, but everything fits, including our dual lava and water generators, as well as adequate attic storage. While there's room for a small bed and enchantment table, there's not room enough for all of the bookshelves for a full enchantment setup. So far, this build feels the most like the tiny house in our blueprints, but we still have 2 more to go. Our fourth house was built with a 2.5 feet to 1 block ratio. Sadly, due to the smaller space, we've lost both our entryway fireplace and our dripstone generators. However, there's room for most of our other job blocks, a small bedroom, and a tiny attic space. While this house is definitely tiny, we're not able to fit everything in that's on our original blueprint. Our final build is in a 3 foot to 1 block ratio. This is closest to Minecraft canon of about a meter for each block. This house is so small that we lost our interior walls. We didn't even have room to put walls between the bathroom and bedroom and still have room for any kind of furnishings. We were able to include most of the job blocks and a small storage basement, but we lost our attic space as well. This truly feels like a micro house. So what is our final conclusion here? The whole point was to decide what scale was best for bringing a real-world blueprint into Minecraft. And I think the Minecraft set designers had it right. I think that a 2 foot blueprint to 1 Minecraft block scale was the best one. It lines up the most with the purpose of the blueprint. However, I think it's important to note that all the scales were valid and unique in their own way. The 1-to-1 ratio was a mansion and had room for everything, whereas the tiniest micro house would be a great little starter base or village house. This shows me the versatility of using a real-world blueprint. You could change the scale up or down if you found a pattern you liked but needed a little more or a little less space. Well, what did you think? Is the 2 foot to 1 block ratio the best one for bringing real-world blueprints into Minecraft? Or did you think a different ratio was better? Either way, this shows that you can take the same exact plan and build it in multiple scales and have vastly different structures. I hope these builds inspired you and that you'll join me again in the next episode of Blocky Blueprints. Good Lord willing and the sun still shines, I'll see you again in the next video. Thank you kindly for watching and bless your heart.